What's the best advice you've ever received? Not the kind you read on a poster, not the kind that sounds good, but changes nothing. I mean the advice that stayed with you, the one that quietly rewired the way you see your life. For me, it was this: what if it turns out better than you can imagine? That sentence doesn't scream. It doesn't demand action. It simply opens a door. Because most of us don't suffer from a lack of ability. We suffer from a lack of permission. Permission to believe that things could actually work out. We're trained to expect disappointment. We prepare for failure before we even begin. We imagine everything that could go wrong and call it being smart. But what if that's not wisdom? What if that's fear wearing the mask of realism? Now, let me ask you the second question. What's the worst advice you've ever received? For many people, it's this: be realistic. It sounds responsible. It sounds mature. It sounds like something a caring adult would say. But listen closely. Be realistic often means lower your expectations. Don't aim too high. Don't risk embarrassment. Don't try unless success is guaranteed. And here's the problem with that advice. Nothing meaningful in life is realistic at the beginning. Starting a business isn't realistic. Changing your life isn't realistic. Becoming confident when you're insecure isn't realistic. Believing in yourself before you have proof isn't realistic. If everyone waited to be realistic, nothing extraordinary would ever exist. Realism, when misused, becomes a cage. It tells you to only want what feels safe, to only try what you've already seen done, to only dream within the limits of your past. But your past is not your potential. Your past is just data, not destiny. Here's the truth most people never hear. Growth begins where realism ends. Every breakthrough starts as an unreasonable idea. Every transformation begins with a thought that sounds naive. Every strong person was once someone who didn't yet look strong. The people you admire didn't wait until they felt ready. They didn't wait until the odds were fair. They didn't wait for permission. They moved while doubting themselves. They acted while afraid. They believed before it made sense. Now, let's go back to that question. What if it turns out better than you can imagine? That question challenges a habit most of us have. The habit of imagining the worst. We rehearse failure in our minds. We practice disappointment. We picture rejection before it happens. And then we wonder why we feel stuck. Your mind believes what you repeatedly show it. If you constantly imagine loss, your body prepares for defense, not growth. But if, even briefly, you allow a different image, what if it works? What if you grow into the person you need to become? What if the pain actually shapes you instead of breaking you? What if this struggle is setting you up for clarity, not collapse? That possibility alone can change how you stand, how you breathe, how you move through the day. The best advice doesn't remove fear, it reframes it. Fear doesn't mean stop. Fear often means this matters. Every meaningful step forward feels uncomfortable. If it doesn't, you're probably playing too small. And here's something important. Being hopeful is not being delusional. Hope is not ignoring reality. Hope is choosing which part of reality you focus on. Yes, things can go wrong. Yes, you might fail. Yes, it could be harder than you expect. But it could also be better. It could be transformative. It could reveal strength you didn't know you had. And you won't know. Not by thinking, not by planning, not by being realistic. You'll only know by stepping forward. The worst advice says, don't try unless you're sure. The best advice says, try and become someone stronger in the process. Because even when things don't work out, you're not left empty-handed. You gain experience, you gain resilience, you gain self-respect for having the courage to move. And that version of you, the one who tried, will always be ahead of the one who didn't. So maybe the question isn't, what if I fail? Maybe the real question is, what if I succeed in ways I can't yet imagine? What if you look back one day and realize this moment, right now, was the turning point? The moment you stopped shrinking your dreams to match your fears. The moment you stopped calling fear realism. The moment you allowed yourself to believe that life could expand instead of contract. You don't need certainty to move forward. You need courage. You need honesty. And sometimes you just need one powerful question. What if it turns out better than you can imagine? Hold on to that. Let it challenge the voice that says, stay small. Let it interrupt the habit of self-doubt. Let it remind you that your story is still being written, and you are not done yet.